Hey guys, this is Nick from forexnoobs.com with my midday analysis. Just a quick notification before the analysis. Right now, the Forex Mastermind course is open for enrollment for a few days. Visit the link below this video to check out the course. So before I start the analysis, I want to explain how it works so you can actually use it in your trading. On most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I hold a live analysis session for my Forex Mastermind students. These sessions are recorded and posted to YouTube. I say most because some days I'm busy and other days I'm not trading, and I have a rule: when I'm not trading, I do not post analysis. In the analysis, I look for price action reversal setups on around 10 to 20 pairs that I'm currently trading. I check every time frame for every pair, taking a systematic approach to doing analysis. Personally, I do this analysis several times per day, but only the midday session is recorded as most setups are spotted then. So what are setups? A reversal setup occurs when price stalls at an area of support resistance and a transition of power occurs, from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. I wait for price to approach these areas and spot potential setups. But these setups are not actual trades. When I share a setup on this analysis, it doesn't mean I'm entering the trade right away. Setups are just setups, and many setups do not trigger, so they never actually become trades. But some of them do, of course, and some of them become trades. To understand this, you have to know a little bit about my strategy, which I share for free on forexfornoobs.com, and there's a link to the strategy also below. I use 4 different tags in the name of these analysis videos. The tags are in brackets at the end of the name. It's important to know these tags just so you understand what is in the video. So if you see no setups, that means there are no setups today, obviously. If you see upcoming setups on, that means there are no setups, but I have spotted some very strong support resistance areas, which may lead to setups later in the day. So that could be anywhere between a few hours to a whole day. And if it's tagged with setups on, that means there are setups today, and I'm sharing potential trades in the video itself. So let's get started with the analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of September 2017. Time is 15:02 here in the UK. You're looking at a EURJPY daily chart. Let's go up to AUDJPY. We'll start from the top of the list. So what's going on with AUDJPY? It's going up. Just continuing up. Not bad for anyone who's long, because this is a pretty strong little trend here. We don't have any support resistance up here, so let's see if we can place one real quick. Going over to the daily. Interesting. Those 2 points line up pretty well. Not exact, but close enough. Bam, done. We have support resistance for this pair. Yeah, look at those bounces there. Lines up with this most recent one here. I'm going to adjust it down a bit just so it's more in line with the more recent one. I know it's not as much in line with these ones here. These ones seem to be from a bit higher, but it is important to base your support resistance on the most recent data, not older data. So AUDJPY, we now have a resistance area at the 9240. It's not quite there yet, so we can't really do much with that. EURJPY. Now, I shared a potential trade on EURJPY yesterday, and I said that I'm considering entering it. I'm still considering entering it. I actually had an entry placed down here at the 133.26. I've since adjusted that entry and pulled it up to where it is now. So these are the parameters for my trade at the moment. It's not been entered yet. This is just a pending order. I have a pending order down at around the 133.47. Stop loss is at the 134.22. And my initial target is at 132.35. That is a 1.5 risk reward ratio. That target may be extended. It just totally depends. With these counter trend trades, because this is counter to a pretty strong bullish trend. Well, it's not loading, so what is going on? There we go, back to the daily. That took a while. I don't know what that was about. So it's a counter to a pretty strong bullish trend, starting all the way down here. It has had, this trend has had periods where it stalls for a while. But still, overall, it's a pretty strong bullish trend. So price is trending up. With these counter trend reversals, I tend to be conservative with my targets. So that's why I've got a 1.5 ratio at the moment. But that may very well be extended. If price is pushing down and I get a sense that sellers have a lot of momentum, I might extend that down to even here, to a free risk reward ratio. It just totally depends. My initial target on counter trend reversals is always conservative, and I just mess around with it later on. So yeah, this is the current pending order I have. Let's see how it plays out. It's very possible that this is not going to do anything until tomorrow. And it is also possible, and this is a bit of a slight concern, guys. We have the Japanese interest rate. I'll just show you guys the news. Let's move this over here. So today, actually I'm going to go to calendar so we get the filtered version. So today we have this. FOMC economic projections, statement, and federal fund rates. That could be dangerous for this trade. I know this is a EURJPY setup, but that doesn't really matter. It honestly doesn't. USD reports have an impact on all pairs, especially stuff like EURJPY, because it's a cross pair. So we do need to be careful for this. And also afterwards, a press conference, which is arguably more dangerous. That could really impact price. But you know what? I think I'm still gonna hold. I'm still gonna keep my pending order there, and if it triggers, I'm still gonna hold through this. The next thing that's worrying is the BOJ interest rate announcements and statements, etc. See, these ones, they don't have an exact time. They never do. They're tentative. But, you know, it's probably going to be around like 3, 4 a.m., something like that, UK time. Now, that one is a lot more worrying. So we just need to see how this plays out. I'm gonna be very cautious with this. On the forum, when I posted this trade, I put a little like high risk tag near it. And that tag is important because high risk means that I'm trading a smaller. How do I explain this in an easy way? So if a trade is high risk, I lower the risk on that trade by lowering the amount of capital I am risking. So let's say just for convenience sake, just for easy numbers sake, let's say that my normal risk on a trade is 1%. That's my normal risk. I wish I could type on my screen in big letters with this software. So 1% is my normal risk. Let's say just for easy numbers. On this trade, I'd risk something like 0.7. Okay, I don't know how I got that 7 backwards. 0.75%. So I would lower the risk. All right, so we've talked about a bit too much about this potential setup, but it is a pending order I have, so I think it's good to go over it. So I'm risking a bit less of my capital on this one because it is a riskier trade. Let's see how it plays out. USD/JPY, what's going on with this? USD/JPY, there's already a short setup here, but you know the numbers just don't really work for me. I don't think it's a safe trade. I'm not getting into this one. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, guys. I just don't like it. AUD/USD trending up in between support resistance. Nothing much we can do. CAD/JPY is sitting on this resistance area. So messy. I'm not really that interested in this anymore, to be honest. Euro AUD. Nice little short trade on Euro AUD. Very, very late for entering. And even, honestly, even if you caught this at the right time, the risk to reward ratio kind of sucked. There's nothing on there right now. Euro GBP. Nothing much that we can trade here. It's in between support resistance, so there's nothing that I would want to trade. Euro New Zealand, yeah, whatever. It's just in between support resistance, skip. I don't even like that pair, to be honest. Euro USD, alright, what's happening with this one? Stuck in this tight little range. There's nothing that in my opinion or in my strategy is worth trading there. GBPAD, it's just like stopped in between support resistance and started turning around. GBPCAD, nothing much. I'm just looking at this thinking perhaps this area is a tad lower. Remember how I was saying the most recent bounces are the most important? That's the most recent bounce. And that would, this resistance area here, placed at the most recent bounce, and now we've got that stall right there. Maybe there is something to that. And it's actually a pretty good historical resistance area too. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep a close eye on this one. Let's add it to the list of potential setups. GBPCAD looks okay-ish. Yeah, looks okay-ish. It's a pretty big indecision candle. And we can maybe squeeze in a risk to reward ratio of 2. Let's keep an eye on this. It could turn into a decent trade. GBPCAD, I'm watching it on the daily. Alright, GBPJPY has broken above resistance. It's forming in between resistance. Nothing I really want to trade there. GBP New Zealand. It's broke above resistance. It's fallen back down. Potential for a continuation from the 1.8 to 25 if it falls down to there, which it hasn't yet. So nothing we can trade there. GBP USD is just above resistance and just like jumping around. Nothing tradable. New Zealand JPY, yeah, it's between resistance. New Zealand USD. I know I'm going fast through these pairs today, but there's just no good setups on a lot of these pairs. So I'm just like blitzing through this analysis. USD CAD. Nothing much, guys. USD CHF. A bit of a boring day, really. Nothing much on USD CHF. Finally, gold USD. Don't have support resistance areas up on this one. Honestly, I just keep forgetting to put them up. Let's throw them up real quick because we are seeing a potential reversal here. Interesting. Potential long here on gold USD. Tad late to get into this one, really. Where's the... Oh, I just missed it. Never mind. Thanks for the heads up, Bash. We'll take a look at it in a second. All right. In my opinion, it's a bit late to enter, but just a heads up to those of you who don't mind taking more risk. Potential move up here on gold, US dollar. It's sitting on top of a pretty strong support area, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of a move up, at least until this point here where it had trouble as it was moving down. So you know, might be worth taking a quick look at that, guys. I'm not really actively trading gold at the moment. I mean, I have taken a few test trades here and there, but this is something new I'm adding to the list, so it's not something that I'm actively trading. So I'm not going to jump into this. But even if I was actively trading gold, I'd be apprehensive about jumping in right now because it's the move's already started. So it's a bit late for my tastes. All right, Ash, thanks for the heads up on EURJPY. Let's add it to the list. All right, I'm gonna place my own support resistance real quick on this one. Bit tough to place support resistance on this, bit messy. So you have a resistance area here. It's a pretty weak resistance area, but I kind of see it. Yeah, I mean, I could see this being a potential continuation. It's definitely a weak resistance area, but it is definitely providing some support resistance. It could be providing resistance here, could continue down. Yeah, keep a close eye on it, I guess. I think GBPCAD looks a tad better. EURJPY looks best, in my opinion. This one's close to triggering. Alrighty, I think that wraps up for the analysis, guys. So just a quick summary. GBPCAD, potential short trade forming on the daily. Let's see how this closes. You know, if it closes as it is now, I'd probably be looking to place an entry down around about the 1.6550. So this, what I'm waiting for is this daily candle here to close. Then I'm going to place my entry at around 165.50. Okay, that's, I'm not entering on the 4-hour chart. I'm just making this clear because sometimes I'll share a trade on YouTube and all of a sudden I'll get people saying, hey, Nick, I entered that trade on the 1-hour chart when I said daily chart. They're like, Nick, I entered that trade on the 1-hour chart and it didn't work out for me. I'm pretty annoyed. So making it clear, guys, daily chart. At least that's what I'm doing. EURJPY, 8-hour chart seems to be heading down right now. It could finally make this move and break down and give us a nice little trade. ADCAD, yeah, it's on resistance. So, you know, if we get indecision forming here, it might lead to a trade within the next few candles, but it's nothing right now. Gold, USD, stalling on top of support. Well, it was stalling on top of support. Now it's started climbing, but I'm not really going to enter that. But yeah, that wraps up for today's analysis, guys. Any questions? Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. In case you missed it, Forex Mastermind, my online training course and forum, is now open for enrollment for a few days. Check it out by clicking the link below this video. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.